beautiful folk, it's time for another Hooky Hour, and this time I've got some water, cause my god, was my voice starting to get destroyed there. It's still pretty bad. It's still in the Badlands, but we're doing better. I can sustain a little longer. Probably enough to make it through the rest of this week's episode, so without further ado, now that we're a little bit hydrated, let's, whoops, well, that's fine, we're gonna click right back. Alright, press Q this time. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m.
Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing, ow!
This is totally meaningless. Time to move on.
Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end?
I thought we were about to skip the whole thing.
The victim was found bent over a wooden box dead as a doornail.
A wooden box?
That's right. Victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor, with metal locks on it. Are we sure this wasn't a metal box? What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked. Not to mention it was locked. Maybe like a metal box would be locked. Locked, you say?
Okay, I guess that's a wooden finish. The victim was hunched over this 20-pound box. It boasts a small but strong lock. This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. Let's ask about the contents first. That's what intrigues me the most. Do you mind telling us what was inside that wooden box?
Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. I'm a rapper, but I just don't... Oh, flapper. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle.
Oh god, that last... I don't know what happened, but man, that last word gets me. Quick swig of water. Oh god, that's coming through the mic. I'm terribly sorry for whoever has to listen to that swish sound.
Bottle? What is that, detective?
Is that a bottle of water? That's what I could go for right now.
Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle.
Looks like salt in there. What's inside the bottle?
It's filled with pepper.
Oh my god, come on. Not so close to guessing.
Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box?
There's only one little bottle in that huge box. I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning? Maybe it's just a prank. Small seasoning bottle. Found inside the wooden box. The victim was hunched over. It contains pepper.
The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck.
According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct?
You've done your homework, pal.
And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak.
My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with.
I would almost guarantee that the monkey ran off with it.
You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No. I bet he made it disappear with magic. Ho, ho, ho. Shut up. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now.
I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. Oh, we don't even have to, like, try him. Or cross-examine him. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness.
I'm not even off the stand yet.
Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hit.
I don't know, but Rap Top has such a mean sound to it. And I'm a sensitive guy. With sensitive skin to your whip, please don't. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, please call your next witness.
I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the Ventriloquist, or Vin the Ventriloquist. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. Oh, there he is. Yep, they're both. What a comedy duo. Hey, she only called for one person to the stand. Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My name is Trillo Quist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness was called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was the singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Ahem, me, 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 me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? Is that sexist enough for you?
It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult a judge?
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. I'll fix it with this knuckle sandwich. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face. On the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star.
Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
What's going on here? Order, order. I demand to know who the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about... Ouch.
You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. Let's proceed. I will take a... Okay. That last line. These last few lines are really killing me. Maybe I should lay it on for just a little bit. Or not. Either or, really.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance.
I'm sure the puppet did all this, yes.
That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be a killer? Or the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that?
Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. You know, the judge almost... I'm sure it'll get disproven wrong, but that is a pretty good observation by the judge.
Why is that?
Here's absolute proof.
Silk hat?
This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Has that been fingerprinted or DNA tested or anything like that? Without a question, maybe even hair sampled, maybe there's some loose hairs on it. Without a question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. There'd be a lot of reasons. Maybe to frame someone? Maybe that's just me, though. Also, from the looks of it, it seems like my face isn't too intrusive onto Von Karma, so I guess I'm here to stay. Or at least for as big as I am, you get to see me.
Well done, Miss Varkama.
Varmkana, huh? Is that what I said?
Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done.
I'll take my bow. Bow. I don't know how well that's coming off. Anyways. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witnessed? What did you witness on that night?
Yeah. Once practice was over, I left the tent with a stooge. I mean, clown.
Clown? You're talking about Mo?
Of course, I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Ah! Just a little bit of exercise, and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to kneeling over for good.
Poor guy.
He didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. You'd say he's in first place.
Then what happened?
Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance.
Why the plaza's entrance?
To do some thinking, of course.
It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. I think those thunks.
That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime.
Are you sure it was really Max?
Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup?
Snobby three-piece getup?
Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you.
Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Damn, even Maya's not on our side for that one.
He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer?
You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo?
That's right, and that makes him the killer. There's only one person headed that way that night. It's me going on down to Swingtown.
That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? There's no proof it was Max. Ben only saw Max. I kind of want to look over the guide, but I really shouldn't. I'll keep my eyes pried off it for now, but first problem, or first choice, no, we definitely have problems. So far, we only have one witness, and the one witness probably didn't actually see Max. They only saw his getup, which anyone could probably find the materials for to copy. So, I think there is no proof it was Max. Unless the game is going to be like, no, this is the proof. Wait a second. There's no proof that the witness saw Maximilian Galactica.
Hey, you still don't get it, do ya? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece joke of a costume. All right, let's say it all together now.
Silk hat, cloak, white roses.
Thank you.
Hey, you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright. Great, I'm getting shut down by a toy. Alright, let's go try the other one before we did the only. Was it this one? Max of the killer, headed that way. Alright, Ben only saw Max. That's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? else? Where else do you suppose this witness could have seen?
Oh, the ringmaster. Yeah, that's the story. Because if Max was with the ringmaster, then yeah, probably should have seen.
That's the victim. Way to kill the mood.
That's correct. If Trullo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah! Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Isn't that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Ah.
I see. It seems at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony.
Of course.
There are clearly no conclusive contradictions.
Of course. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilla wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? No love triangle going on here. Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick? Wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Yeah, it was Ben.
Well, as practice was over, I left the tent with a clown.
Oh, we're back at the start. We need a... blah, blah, blah.
The police showed up and took the magic boy away.
Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time is it? Punch, punch, punch.
I think it was around, I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the whole time, the entire time. Oh, I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather, you sycophant!
Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone?
Oh, they might have been waiting for Regina. Mr. Phoenix, right? We can all do without your off-handed theories. Damn, we're objecting right back and forth. Objectioning. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something.
Mr. Wright? Tone it down. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
Profile. Probably Regina. Take that! Well, if it was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. Slam. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina.
Whoa! I exploded like a rocket!
You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken?
I'm back. Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it. Well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right.
Eh? Yeah, they're giving Phoenix no slack this time around. All right. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought.
Oh!
I exploded again. Oh, what did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime? However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the— Ow! There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Damn. Shutting down Von Karma. What a twist already. We already got the defendant crumbling and cracking under pressure, so next time on Hooky Hour, we'll see exactly what Ben and Trillo have to say in their defense, in their ongoing defense for themselves. I guess technically also an offense to Max, but I don't know court terms that well. Either way, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. And I'll see you on the hook side. All right? All right, that's cheesy as fuck. I'm sorry. Have a good one, though. Bye.